Eminem is known for having no filter. He's gone after everyone, rappers, pop stars, politicians, and even his own family. But what happens when he sets his sights on one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop? That's right, Diddy. While there's no major feud between the two, Eminem has taken his fair share of shots at Diddy over the years, some playful, some pretty serious. But why? What's the story behind these jabs? Let's break it down and dive into the ongoing tension between Eminem and Diddy. Before we get into the jabs, let's set the stage. Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, rose to fame as a producer and entrepreneur, building Bad Boy Records and helping launch the careers of artists like the notorious B.I.G. He wasn't known as a lyrical heavyweight, but more as a mogul, someone who understood the business of music like no other. Then on the other side, you've got Eminem, the lyrical genius, the shock artist, a true rap purist who made his name by pushing boundaries in hip-hop and attacking just about everyone. So when these two figures cross paths, you get an interesting dynamic. Diddy represents the commercial side of rap, the businessman who turned hip-hop into a billion-dollar industry. Eminem, on the other hand, always positioned himself as the rebellious outsider, critical of anyone who seemed to care more about money than the music. And that's where the tension begins. But how did Eminem and Diddy's paths actually cross? And what makes Eminem throw jabs at a guy who, on the surface, seems like he'd be more of an ally than an enemy? Let's dig into some lyrics.
You see me standing outside of your building, screaming Puffy is good, but Slim Shady is for the children.
Eminem began mentioning Diddy early in his career. Let's listen to an excerpt from the title track from his classic The Marshall Mathers LP.
Is it because you love me that y'all expect so much of me? You little groupie bitch, get off me, go fuck Puffy.
The diss wasn't overly aggressive, but it set the tone for how Eminem viewed Diddy, someone who was more focused on showmanship and business than raw talent or lyricism. On the very same album, M also mentions Diddy in the song I'm Back.
Cause if I ever stuck into any singer in showbiz, it'd be Jennifer Lopez. And Puffy, you know this. I'm sorry, Puff, but I don't give a fuck.
This punch may have touched Diddy more, because in 2000, when the album came out, Diddy was dating Jennifer Lopez and seemed to strongly manifest how important this relationship was to him. But that was just the beginning. Over the years, Eminem would take more shots at Diddy, sometimes in a light-hearted way, but other times much more aggressively. Let's keep going. In Till I Collapse from The Eminem Show, Eminem doesn't directly diss Diddy, but makes an interesting omission that adds to the narrative of his thoughts on the mogul. In the track, Eminem lists his favorite rappers in a verse that has become iconic among hip-hop fans.
Goes Reggie, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and Thimmy.
Here, Eminem lists some of the greatest names in rap, but notably leaves out Diddy. Since Biggie is on the list, it subtly reinforces the idea that Diddy, who was Biggie's producer and label head, didn't earn the same level of respect for his lyrical ability. Eminem's omission implies that Diddy doesn't fit in among the true lyrical greats, which reflects M's frequent critique of the commercialization of hip-hop that Diddy represented.
I'd rather just see you in hell, but I should get Puff on a joint. Wait, run it back, I said give you an L, in hell, Puff on a joint.
Fast forward to 2020, and Eminem's still referencing Diddy, this time in the fast-paced track Godzilla off Music to Be Murdered By. Here, Eminem raps.
I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy, cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah.
This time, the line is a playful nod to Diddy's success. M compares himself to Diddy, but it's in a tongue-in-cheek way, using bands as a double entendre, referring to both money and musical groups. It's a clever wordplay that touches on Diddy's reality show, Making the Band, where contestants were once infamously sent to buy cheesecake, while also bragging about M's ability to make money. Then on the side B of that album, he hooks Diddy again in a playful way in the song Alfred's Theme.
Which is really childish and silly, but I'm really like this. I'm giving nightmares to Billie Eilish. I'm Diddy's side bitch. What the fuck? Hold on, wait. I'm Diddy's side bitch.
So while these shots at Diddy might seem lighthearted, there's more to the story. It's when you start looking at other lyrics that things get darker, more intense. Eminem may have been just playing around with Diddy's image in tracks like Godzilla, but he's also taken much sharper jabs. One of the most controversial moments came during Eminem's beef with Machine Gun Kelly, which actually took place 2 years before Godzilla's release. In his diss track Killshot, M took an unexpected shot at Diddy, alluding to one of the biggest conspiracy theories in hip-hop, that Diddy was somehow involved in Tupac Shakur's death.
But this idiot's boss pops pills and tells him he's got skills, but Kel's the day you put out a hit, the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got pop kill, ah?
It's a wild accusation even if it's said in jest, and M immediately follows it up with, "I'm just playing, Diddy, you know I love you." But let's be real, when you drag someone into a diss track, even as a joke, it's going to make waves. And that's exactly what happened. The line blew up, sparking conversations about whether or not Eminem went too far, but Diddy never responded publicly, which only added to the intrigue.
Only time you'll ever say I lost, you'll be talking about Fetty Wap, better call Diddy, just to try to get me off, and you better hope I don't call Trick.
Eminem takes another swipe at Diddy, referencing the infamous East Coast-West Coast rap feud that led to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie in his feature verse on Bang.
Shout the puffy cones, but fuck revolt. Y'all are like a fucked up remote.
So until then, Diddy had appeared in Marshall's lyrics from time to time. However, there came a moment when the whole situation took a huge turn. In 2024, Eminem has released his most recent album, The Death of Slim Shady, and that's when things have gotten darker. On multiple tracks from this album, Eminem references Diddy in ways that are far from playful. Let's start with Antichrist.
Next idiot asked me is getting his ass beat worse than Diddy did. But on the real though, she probably ran out the room with his fucking dildo.
In 2016, there were reports that Cassie had filed a police report after an altercation with Diddy, where he allegedly took her phone and became aggressive during an argument. Though the two had an on and off relationship for years, this moment became a focal point of controversy for Diddy, who was accused of being controlling and abusive. Then a few months ago, leaked hotel camera footage surfaced online showing Cassie attempting to discreetly leave the hotel without Diddy noticing. Unfortunately, Diddy realized what was happening and ended up assaulting her.
I'm like an R-A-P-E-R, got so many essays. Wait, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P, did he?
In Fuel, Eminem addresses multiple controversies surrounding Diddy. He has been the subject of several accusations over the years, including sexual misconduct and his alleged involvement in orchestrating violence during the East Coast-West Coast rap rivalry of the 1990s. One of the most persistent conspiracy theories involves Biggie Small's murder, with some speculating that Diddy had knowledge of or involvement in the assassination of his biggest artist.
RP, rest in peace, Biggie and Pac, both of y'all should be living, yep, but I ain't trying to beef with him, cause he might put a hit on me like KVD, get him.
In these verses, RAPER stands for raper or rapist. SAs, on the other hand, means sexual assaults. And Keefe D is a guy who started giving interviews some time ago in which he claimed that Diddy offered him $1 million to murder Tupac. You yourselves probably admit that M was pretty rough in this case. In Bad One, Eminem takes another jab at Diddy, referencing a rumor about Diddy allegedly blowing up Kid Cudi's car during his relationship with Cassie.
The fucking bomb with the puffy arm, I'm blowing up the Kid Cudi's car in front of his house where all his buddies are.
In the very same song, he also raps, "And me offending you's nothing new. Fuck it, it's what I love to do. This is subterfuge just to screw with you. And yeah, this much is true. This sounds like something that Puff would do at the party with Aaron Hall, cause I just love to fuck with you." These lines refer to a situation in which Diddy and Aaron Hall, an American singer-songwriter, were involved in sexual assault allegations. So once again, Shady does not mention Diddy in a hilarious, playful way, but touches on serious personal issues related to Puff. And just when it seemed that Diddy couldn't have gotten any more edgy on this album, Eminem released an extended version of The Death of Slim Shady called the Mourner's Edition. That version contains 3 bonus tracks, including Fuel, Shady Edition, where Slim hooks Diddy again.
Tupac's murder like facial tissue. Whose clock should I clean next? Plus, still he's in police handcuffs. Guilty, will he step up?
This is, of course, another reference to the alleged accusations of involvement in the murder of legendary rappers. At the same time, M employs an interesting wordplay here, as Kleenex and Puffs are brands of tissues, and Puff is also, of course, another name that Diddy uses. Throughout The Death of Slim Shady, Eminem's references to Diddy reveal a shift in tone, one that moves from playful jabs to darker, more personal critiques. Eminem touches on Diddy's alleged involvement in multiple scandals, ranging from domestic abuse and jealousy-fueled rumors to sexual misconduct and conspiracy theories about Biggie's death. But why now? Why has Eminem's tone shifted so dramatically in recent years? Is this just Slim Shady being controversial, or is there something deeper behind these more personal attacks? The thing about Eminem is that he's always walked a fine line between critique and respect. Despite all the jabs, there's no full-blown beef between him and Diddy. In fact, they've coexisted in the same industry for decades without any major public fallout. In interviews, Diddy has expressed respect for Eminem's talent, and while M's shots at Diddy may have become more pointed, it seems to be less about personal animosity and more about what Diddy represents: hip-hop as big business. At the heart of it, Eminem has always been critical of the commercialization of the genre. Diddy, as one of the biggest moguls in hip-hop, naturally becomes a target. But whether these jabs are meant to be serious or not, one thing's for sure: when Eminem mentions you in a song, the whole world takes notice. So what's the real story behind Eminem and Diddy? Are these just playful jabs, or is there real tension beneath the surface? This still remains a mystery, and we may never really know. Either way, Eminem's always been unapologetically himself, and that means taking shots at the biggest names in the game. What do you think? Is there more to this rivalry, or is it all in good fun? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Also, let us know if we left out any of Shady's verses directed toward Diddy, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more deep dives into the world of Eminem. Until next time, Stans, peace.
And I'm just playing, Diddy. You know I love you.